She went down in history with her World Cup win in 1999, but it was that bra-bearing celebration afterwards that we will never forget. Now, after 2 women's World Cup championships, 2 gold medals, and an Olympic silver medal, Brandi Chastain is paying it forward. She's working with U.S. youth soccer to help families get active together through soccer programs, and she's here to talk to us about all of this today. Welcome, Brandi.
Thank you so much.
So good news in the men's soccer world.
Yes.
Big news. They beat out Mexico, heading to the World Cup 2015.
Huge news, and it's very exciting because, qualifying is very difficult, and it's over time, and so for this team it's been a long road, but now they've done what they set out to do, and now even more hard work begins, getting prepared for the World Cup itself.
Yeah, and I mean, certainly you've been there. We have that, we always talk about that famous moment. It's been more than 13 years. Are you sick of being known for that moment, or do you embrace it? And what goes through your mind when, when you've just achieved something so great?
Well, I think number one, that moment was not one person. It was, a team effort. But I think what now as a mom, I look back on that moment, and what I see in that picture is that we should celebrate the good things we do, and that it's okay, especially for young girls. They usually demur, and they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by being really great. And what I tell them all the time is, if you can't feel good about the good things you do, nobody else can. And be an inspiration and find that inspiration inside. So it's a really good moment. It's good for soccer. It's good for. It opens doors for reasons why we're talking today.
Yeah, you are trying to get more and more kids involved in sports, soccer in particular. Right. What are some of the benefits, especially for girls? What was so great about it for you to be on that team?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, the list goes on and on, but I'll give you a few that I think are critical to young people developing into the adults that they want to become. You learn things like leadership skills, communication, time management, how to deal with pressure, and then ultimately teamwork. So these are things that transcend the lines of the game. I think beyond the physical things that you get, it's really important for us as individuals to take care of our own health and wellness, and sports can help you do that.
And you're working now with 2 groups
Yes.
to make that happen.
Yes, so I am an ambassador for soccer wherever I go because I'm so passionate about it, but I'm also a mom. I have 2 boys, and I'm very interested in them being active, them staying healthy. So along with U.S. Youth Soccer and Merck's Consumer Care's Active Family Program, we are working together to encourage families to get out and play, go to the local park, get their neighbors to join them, make their communities healthier places. And so what we're asking people to do is to go online, which we all are tethered to
we like to do that anyway. Why not?
Yeah, we're tethered to our computers anyway. So if you could go on Facebook.com/Active Family Projects and like us, and like us, and like us, and like us, and tell all your friends to like us. The more people that like us, the more Merck will be donating soccer kits. And a soccer kit is goals, soccer balls, cones, jerseys, things that these communities need to help their kids be active. And if anybody needs any more information, they can go on the website at activefamilyproject.com. You can click on and see where the soccer fields are across the country, from Los Angeles to New York and everywhere in between. And maybe there's a place you can take your family to play. There's tips about things you could do at the park. And for my neighborhood, we have a great thing that happens in the spring and in the fall when the weather is very, very agreeable, which most time it is in California. We have a potluck, and then we play parents versus the kids in wiffle ball or football or soccer.
Yeah, getting families together, just having fun.
It's so much fun.
Sports can be a wonderful, obviously, career path in life, but it can also be very difficult. And we see time and time again athletes coming under fire, and sometimes people feel perhaps women athletes coming under fire. We know Diana Nyad, the woman who just made that spectacular swim. Yep. Now some people are doubting her speed and saying maybe she held on to the boat. What do you make of that?
Well, I think there's always, in life, this is not a sports thing. In life there's always going to be someone who's going to push your buttons, or who's going to say you didn't do it or you can't do it. And people like Diana, they're not hung up with those people. They're just about doing things and about making things happen. Great examples are the Billie Jean Kings of the world. When people were saying women's tennis wasn't good enough, she said, okay, I'll show you, So I'm never bothered by those people. It's kind of like the 99 thing with the celebration. There was 99% great feedback, and then of course 1% who's like, why? you answer the questions, and it's good for debate, but ultimately, there's a lot of positive out there. And I think, women in sports are great role models. They're great ambassadors for young girls. We need more of them, in my opinion, in the out there in the public. We need more of it in the media. There's a lot of lessons young girls are now starting to get because of Title IX.
Right.
Because of Title IX, this is the 40th anniversary, that they are now getting a chance to participate and learn the lessons that boys have always learned, and those are the things that we talked about.
Who are some of your role models, female athlete role models out there?
Well, I was going to say my mother. My mother was a businesswoman before that was in vogue, so to speak, and she would embarrass me, and I used to say, "Mom, come on." She's like, "Nope. If someone says no to you, you just find a different solution." And she's probably the person in my life that I would look to for answers. But Billie Jean King, remember, I grew up, I'm a 60s baby, so, there weren't a lot of team sports out there. I was actually watching NFL, and men play team sports, so I always thought I would be in the NFL, because that's what I saw on TV.
Really?
Yeah, because where did I see women playing team sports?
We're heading that way.
Well, yeah, we'll
slowly,
see.
eventually.
We'll see. But I think it's important for women to have their place in professional sports, because there might not be an excessive amount of women out there who want to strive to be a professional athlete, but maybe they want to be the lawyer for the team, or the doctor, or the general manager, or the owner. And those opportunities should exist.
Do you get frustrated when it seems like a lot of young girls today kind of get caught up on appearance, fame, celebrity, that kind of thing? And how would you suggest parents veer them into getting interested in sports when they may resist?
Well, I'm not a professional. I'm not in this area, but I think what I've learned through my own experience is that sports make you feel good. And when you feel good about yourself, you can stand tall, you can have a big voice, you can make a difference. And it's not a bad thing to feel good about the way you look, or go out there and be a big presence. I think that's great for girls, but it's not the only thing. Girls are more than one dimension, and I think now they're starting to assert themselves because they're learning these lessons in sports. They're speaking up for themselves. They're standing tall, and I think that's why, for me as a mom, even though I'm a mom of 2 boys, and I run a nonprofit for girls, I think it's really important for all kids to have that lesson. You have to stand up for yourself, and you have to be strong, and you have to fall down sometimes and make mistakes, but you're going to get through it. Any
newer female generation of athletes, any one of them that you have your eye on and say, wow, she's great?
Well, I'm partial to the U.S. women's national team, so Abby Wambach, of course, she just broke Mia Hamm's all-time scoring record. And I've known her for many years, and we've played together. She's a wonderful example. Alex Morgan is another up-and-coming player with the U.S. women's national team. Not only does she play well, she's educated. She has a really bright future. I think she understands the responsibility that she's given as a role model. So those are 2 specifics that I think will make a difference.
Well, Brandi, Chastain, it's been great talking to you. Good luck with your
Thank you.
venture.
Remember, like us, all right?
There you go. We like you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.